First of all, because you've already won a Betfred Classic this year with the Derby, so what would it mean to win another? I think it'd be a 7th Betfred St Leger.
Yeah, it should be incredible really. Very difficult race to win, very prestigious race. Like I say, you don't ever take it for granted, and any time it happens it's very special.
Let's talk about Continuous then. He's won a big trial in the Great Voltager. How's he?
Yeah, very well. Came out of the race very well. He's a horse that has class. He's a horse that you can take a time over 1.6 miles, but always was a very classy horse. We were delighted with him in the Voltager.
And he went a really good clip in the Voltager.
Yeah, went a real good gallop, so it was a proper search of 1.5 miles, and Ryan took his time on him and came through and won very nicely.
And he's done plenty of travelling. He's been to York a couple of times, he's been to France, so that won't bother him?
He has, no, he's a good traveller. I think the second race he won was a group race in France, so he's been used to travelling, but very off-handed horse really.
And Tower of London, he looks sure to stay as well?
Yes, we thought he would. He just got beat in Newmarket. He's very well. He will get the trip. He's a brother to Capri. No, absolutely handled good ground, so very happy with him also.
Was it unfortunate not to win the Bahrain Trophy?
Yes, I think he was. Ryan thought that he maybe was a little bit unlucky. He was coming home very well, and maybe another few strides he was maybe back up, but Ryan was very happy with him in the Bahrain Trophy.
And you say he's bred for the job?
Yeah, exactly. It's all his pedigree. Trip, he's out of an Aga Khan mare, obviously by Galileo.
And Denmark as well, he's quite lightly raced, isn't he? He's come back recently in Melrose.
Yes, had a lovely run in the Melrose. We were worried that he wasn't ready, so we were kind of surprised that he ran as well as he did really. He's come forward a good bit from it and gets the trip very well.
You'd like to think he could turn the form around with Middle Earth?
We thought going to the Melrose he was just barely ready to run, so we were kind of surprised how well he ran really. We look forward to meeting him again, we think.
And he's one that had quite a reputation last year, doesn't he, as a juvenile?
Yeah, he's a hardy horse. He was babyish enough, and he dropped Ryan when he won his maiden after the winning post, and but then he went to France in a very good run. He was a little bit unlucky, so he's a horse we always liked really.
And Alexandropoulos is going as well. He won on debut, and he's another lightly raced type.
He did, yes, yeah. And then we were second in a trial in Ireland for a Derby trial, and then he had a setback. So he was just the same, just ready to go the day he ran. Had a very nice run in Leopardstown. Ran into a little bit of trouble late, but we always liked him, and we think he's come forward plenty from it, but probably will come forward more.
Yeah, so you expect to take a huge step forward to be competitive in a St Leger?
Yeah, I think he will, and he probably will. Like obviously Leger is competitive, but we think that he'll come forward again after, but very happy with him since.
We'll just do some generic Betfred St Leger things. I mean, what do you look for when you're thinking of a St Leger winner?
Your horse has to stay. They have to have class. I suppose class and stamina are the two biggest thing, and they usually go hand in heart. But you have to get the trip very well in Doncaster. It's solid, even, flat track, and you have to get it well.
I think St Leger winners are very unfairly pigeonholed as slow horses, but like you said, you have to have class and speed to win one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, if you're only a slow horse, you won't win the Leger. You have to have class and you have to have pace. So I think a horse that wins the Leger is a very good horse.
And you've seen that obviously all your winners have gone on to much better things as well in cup or even breeding sheds.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, they have to have Group 1 class over 1.5 miles, and some of them can be even like shorter. That's the class they have to have, and listen, it's very important, very prestigious for a horse going to stud if he wins the Leger. Do
you have one in mind of the 6 who may have been the classiest? I mean, Capri always sticks out to me because of the form of those in behind him.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Capri was a serious horse. Listen, if you only look at the horses that he beat, incredible really, but every one of them were very special really.
And at the minute, obviously there's a lot of talk in the bloodstock world about the need for speed in the breed, but you're always looking at middle distance horses and the St Leger. You're a massive supporter of the Betfred St Leger.
Yeah, it's classic bred horses. Cheap speed will only shorten the pedigrees and really dilute the pedigrees long term, so you have to keep the classic blood in, and the classics are all about that. They have to have speed and they have to have stamina. If you have just speed and no stamina, the pedigrees will die. So it's so important that classic bred horses are kept, and that's what the whole pedigrees are. That's the foundation of all the pedigrees really.
Yeah, I think Philippa Cooper was saying, I think she's selling some of her progeny because she's worried about the breed, but here you're still farming them out, looking to the next big middle distance start.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. The breed is definitely improving, and I see the stallions that are coming in now, they're improving and improving the breed all the time. I think it's a very special time to be involved in it, and I think what's going to happen over the next few years is just going to be incredible. I think the breed is getting mixed properly and the pedigrees are improving.
And obviously, I know you're a big supported the Futurity at Doncaster as well. Augusta and went and won that last year. Well, I've got this weekend to come. Any juveniles you're thinking of maybe next year's Triple Crown?
Yeah.
City of Troy, Diego
Yeah,
Vasquez?
yeah, I think those two horses are very much those type of horses we think. We hope that they're going to have pace for a mile, and we hope that they're going to stretch out further. So both of those, Diego and City of Troy, look very exciting horses at the moment.
And a special message regards Frankie Dettori. You teamed up to win the St Leger with Scorpion. You've both won it 6 times, obviously Scorpion for both of you back in 2005. It's going to be his final Leger. Just a word on the retirement of Frankie
Yeah,
Dettori.
sure, Frankie's special fella, special rider, special person. Anytime we can ever use him, we always use him. But he's going to be really missed when he does retire from riding, but there's going to be a lot of things he's going to be able to do in racing. But he's very special talent, very enthusiastic. His enthusiasm is infectious, I think, and he's a very special man.
53 years since the last Triple Crown here, of course, Nijinsky. You're always striving for the next one. What would it mean to you to do it?
Sure, it would be incredible, really. Like, we've been trying every year since we came here. Camelot got very close, but it would be incredible. But it's very difficult to get a horse that can win a Guineas, a Derby and a Leger. Very, very difficult, and you can see why that is. That's why it's so long. Obviously, Dr. O'Brien won it with a very special horse here. So hopefully, sometime it would be great if we had one.
As I mentioned, Nijinsky, obviously his stable is still here.
Yes.
Do you look at putting some of your best horses in his stable?
Every year we put one in there, the best we can put in, and hopefully sometime it'll rub off on them. No, listen. He was a very special horse, and when you come in the gate, the first horse you see on the left is Nijinsky. There's a big bronze of him there, so that says it all, really. He's the horse the bar is put up against, and like, for a horse to do what he did was just incredible, and hopefully someday we will have one. We try every year, and we start off in the Guineas every year with horse hoping that might win a Guineas, and then hopefully go on to the Derby, and then if that happened, to go on to the Leger. So hopefully some year it will happen.
Hopefully have a bronze on the right side of the drive.
Hopefully, absolutely, Matt.